National? Oh, okay. That sounds better. Yeah, it will affect us, yeah, but that's better.
But will it help for the residents to write letters?
It would help for the letters. Oh, it would help to have letters. Can I comment on what Maurice said about the, Maurice, Foxworth. His Foxworth's son, of course, it's got to have the same last name, right? But anyway, he mentioned some, and where is Rod? Is he here? Maurice Foxworth mentioned that there was some property, sorry, did I throw him under the bus? But anyway, he mentioned that there's some property in University City that a group called
ByWater Development.
Yes, has purchased, and they want to build some low-income homes. And I just want you to know something. As a council member, and a lot of people don't realize this, when there's property in the municipalities that the county owns, if it's on the tax roll and it's been on there too long, a really long time, people will apply to us to get to either buy the property. It can be a developer. It can be the city asking for the property. And a developer, that was my first experience on the council, a developer asked me for a house on Chamberlain, and he was paying zero, just $27 for the transfer fee. And I said, so you say the county's broke? Well, that's why we're broke. We're getting ready to give him a nice house. I mean, I live in your city, so I think everything's great. I'm like, you're going to give him this house for nothing? No, So they said, well, it's up to you. You tell him if you want something. So I went back and asked this guy for $500. He agreed right away. It was a developer, and I thought, wow, I should have asked him for more. But with the city, the city can purchase it for $27, the filing fee, if they are going to redevelop the property. So recently, I did sign some property over to University City to redevelop, but I didn't know, they didn't tell me that it was going to be low-income housing, because I have said to, and I'm going to sit down, I've said to Beyond Housing, we have some property that's kind of spread it around on our end, the northwest end, that Beyond Housing did, and I'm sorry, I mean, I was on the board of Beyond Housing, but it was horrible. Yeah. It was horrible, and it brings our property values down. So I told them, I've seen in the city houses that have decks and garages and all that. That's not what they put up in my neighborhood. They put something totally different. So if these people are building something substandard, I need to know about it, because I want to check into that and see if that's the property that I signed to the city of University City, and they didn't tell me that that's what was going to happen. That should not happen to us.
May I comment on that? We've been doing some research on the ByWater development, and who wins when developers do this? The city wins, they get rid of property. The developer makes money. The people who lose are the families and the community. First of all, people who, they call it affordable housing, but what it is low-income housing. And the families who qualify for low-income housing, when it comes time for them to buy it, they do not qualify for the banks to mortgage to buy it. The families do not win. Their economic abilities and their standard of living does not rise. What happens is the community gets more slums. And the ByWater development people have narrowed in on the northeast area. And what they're putting up, first of all, is they're calling it affordable. It is not. And it certainly won't be affordable to the people who qualify to live there. Now, we have prepared letters to send, and we have addressed envelopes and a form letter for you to sign, because when they get this, they find out that the community disapproves of this, we cannot be flooded with more low-income housing in our neighborhood. We can't afford it. So we are going to have form letters in the back that you can sign with addressed envelopes that we will stamp. If they get enough people who do not want this, and we can't afford it, the north area cannot afford And besides which, studies have been done since the 60s. This doesn't work to put low-income housing where low-income housing is already. I have some pictures of what happens to these places. The people who qualify to live there don't qualify to buy. So nobody wins but the developer. They hire a maintenance person who are in effect slumlords. And it just doesn't work. So
And it's my opinion that our city should not do that to us, because we, as Maurice said, our homes are our investment. And so to build homes that bring our values down does not help us. So
And this is just one more thing that our current administration is doing. We've got petitions in the back of the room to sign to recall Shelley Welch, our mayor, because they have been pounding us with stuff. I'm done. Oh.
I got one more thing, real quick, I'm sorry. There is an initiative, somebody mentioned early childhood. There is a proposed tobacco tax